Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a reading for you guys. We are doing the full moon in Sagittarius and what that is bringing for the collective. On the 23rd of this month, we have that full moon. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion. So everything Jupiter touches, Jupiter expands, but it's also expanding our lives, okay? So this is about foreign places, foreign people, foreign things, people politica. It's about good karma, and it's about looking at the bigger picture and luck being on your side, okay? When we talk about Sagittarius, Sagittarius is about travel. For some of you, you could definitely be traveling around this time, planning to travel. This has to do with expanding your horizons, okay? And good luck and good fortune by doing so, if you're willing to go on that journey. Again, look at the bigger picture. We have balance, spirituality, and practicality. So it feels like when I look at that card and I see the round and round, I feel like for a lot of you, you felt like your life is just going in circles and going in circles and going in circles. Like nothing is getting off the ground for you. It's like, but what spirit is trying to tell you, your two overall energies is the balancing spirituality and practicality and your new life. Okay. So it's like, all right, what do we need to let go of? With Pisces, it's about letting go. It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. In order for us to create this new existence, this new life, for us to rebirth ourselves, right? So I do feel like for a lot of you, this is about you coming out of a slumber, okay? And it's almost like all the things that you were mulling around about are now starting to take root. We have the Hold Your Vision card here, and it talks about like, listen, I think for a lot of you, you guys planted a lot of seeds, okay, in Aries season, from Pisces season to Aries season with the new life. Now I get Taurus here because we just came out of Taurus and we still have a lot of energies in Taurus at this time. So I feel like there's this vision that you guys hope for, and it's like seeds that you've been planting. And as that happens, I feel like now that today, as I'm doing this reading, we are in Gemini season. Gemini is across from Sagittarius, and Jupiter is entering into this area on the 25th of this month. So for a lot of you, this does have to have something to do about travel. It has something to do about like new neighborhoods, new people, communications, all kinds of stuff. So it's about a new start is happening for you. And I feel like at this full moon, because we do have the full moon energy as the overall energy. And I asked about what is the new or the full moon in Sagittarius bringing for the collective. I feel like for a lot of you, it's wrapping up old cycles and you are now already moving towards these new experiences in your life. For some of you, it's a new job. For some of you, it's a new relationship. For some of you, it's new neighborhood, because again, Gemini has to do with our neighborhood. It's our neighbors, it's the people that we have in our immediate surroundings. It's our siblings, right? Cousins, neighbors, all of those things. So I feel like for a lot of you, you have felt like, life has just been this never ending story. I'm tired of going round and round. I'm tired of, just the way things have been, the status quo. And I feel like you just feel like, oh my God, is it ever going to be my time? And yes, that's the thing. Yes, I do feel like for a lot of you, you're going to have to work through whatever these fears are of feeling stagnant. But I think things are going to actually happen. I said action. I think there's going to be a lot of action that is happening, because I'm even feeling very like excitable right now. I'm feeling like the collective is like, yeah, there's been some shit, but it's almost like you're starting to see this breakthrough on the other side. You're not quite standing in your new life, because I see the Pisces and the Aries here in my mind's eye. It's like you still got a foot between realms, right? It's like you're trying to close out your old cycles while simultaneously starting these new ones. So for a lot of you, I feel like there is a new start coming when we have the new start and new life. The word new. It's important that we are doing new things with new people, new surroundings, new job, new just new. Like we need new. I feel like the last 4 years, it's really, really, really been tough. You know, we've been doing a lot of letting go, a lot of purging, a lot of like, oh, fuck, man, this hurts. You know, it hurts energy. And so it could bring up a lot of our old, deepest, darkest fears, our sadness, but Spirit's like, work through those. You're fine. You know, it's like sometimes it feels like, oh my God, this is just too good to be true. Like, this is like, you know, this stuff, you know, maybe this is just a never ending story. This is just how, you know, life is supposed to be. And stop that. Stop that. Because I do feel like for a lot of you, you know, I get you reap what you sow with the mending. It's like you're mending, you're blending this new life. I see her sitting here on a spool of thread, right? And so I get like this, like you're doing the patchwork, like you're bringing it all together, like you're putting together this quilt, and all these different pieces is what I just saw in my mind's eye. You know, it's like there's so many different threads to what you're doing right now. And I think that that's because of past failures or things that didn't work out. It can really be about working through these instances and realizing that's all part of the patchwork of life, right? We're going to have some not so pretty pieces or not so pretty, you know, stitches to, you know, some really good ones, you know, a lot of change that is happening in your life as well. Like this is not for the faint of heart. That's what I'm saying. This is all a blessing. You know, you are about to be blessed. If you're not already being blessed, you are about ready to be blessed. Financially blessed. I feel like, you know, but abundance in all areas of your life. So, you know, really what I want to say is you're going to be like, oh my God, this new life is such a blessing. Like, oh my God, I'm no longer stuck in this old life anymore with these old cycles, old patterns, old fears. You know, I do feel like for some of you, you're going to get triggered with some of your old fears just to see like, come on, you know, are you going to handle it the way you've always handled it, or are you going to handle it different? Okay. So this is about mending, you know, like, I almost get like more of like a healing process, right? Blending the two lives together. The next card we have out is the higher power, okay? So there is a higher power that is guiding you right now. Spirit is helping you with this new start, helping you get out of whatever your never-ending story was. So I feel like, you know, for some of you, maybe financially, you've had a really rough time and you're like, God, am I ever going to climb out on top? And Spirit's like, yes, you're finally going to get to use your gifts, and you're finally going to start getting the accolades. Is that a word? Yes. Accolades for all the hard work that you've put in. You know, it wasn't all for nothing. It's like, if you have always said to yourself, I always have bad experiences in relationships, I feel like it's going to take you to the other side where you finally have really awesome experiences in your relationships, you know? And it's like realizing that all of this is a blessing, you know, the bad times, the good times. Like you can't have the dark without the light. It just doesn't work that way, you know? So it's about like really understanding why you had to go through the experiences that you did, all while simultaneously taking the lessons with you, so that not to scare you, but to, you know, help you learn healthier boundaries so that you don't repeat old cycles in relationships. You know, I feel like it's a lot of taking all the old lessons into this new existence. So now you have all the tools at your disposal so that you don't recreate the same thing that you've already been through. So, because we do have the 37 here. 37 adds to a 10. 10 is about ending cycles. 1 plus 0 is 1. So it's about starting these new cycles. Funny enough, on both sides of that, we have the number 25, and on the other side is 52. So, like I said, you're in this mirror reflection where you are on one side now, you're on the other. I do feel like you will be mending. If you've had any outs with other people, you will be mending those relationships, because I feel like at the end of the day, you are a gift to one another. And so it's like, I feel like, making sure you're having conversations with certain individuals so that you're not leaving on bad terms, okay? So if you are going off onto a new life, make sure that you make amends with your old life, okay? Even if that's not certain, you don't want to open the door to certain people, but you can forgive them on your way out, okay? So whether you talk to them or you write a letter that you're never going to send and you burn it, however you do it, this is a matter of, recognizing that somebody once gave you a box of darkness, and that too was a gift, okay? But also, again, mending relationships that you can so that you're not leaving on the outs. I do feel like, God, this new life is such a blessing for yourself. Like, you are about ready to be very blessed. Thank your lucky stars, man, because you're about ready to experience a life you never even thought possible. For a lot of you, you're going to be, like I said, there's going to be so many people who want to talk to you. It's like you have a gift to share, and don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid. Don't do what you've always done in the past. Put yourself out there. Talk to people, market yourself different in your business. Market yourself differently just in life so that you attract new friendships. Maybe for some of you, it's about changing your clothes. Maybe that's why I'm getting the stitching. Maybe for some of you, you're changing your wardrobe even, okay? Changing your appearance in some ways to how you put yourself out there, I know for me, I always wear black. Maybe I can actually add some color. Who knows? I don't know. Probably not. I still like my black. I've got enough color on my arm. I'm fine, But again, funny enough, I saw her stretching the same arm. So, okay, that's a message for me too. So, I mean, honestly, this is about really reaching for new heights. And I feel like as you reach for these new heights, for those of you who have really been putting the work in, for those of you who have, and I mean energetically, by healing yourself, by healing, your inner child wounds, and not keeping yourself stuck anymore. I feel like not digging your heels in and willing to put yourself out there. I feel like a lot of things are going to come back, especially if you've been flexible. For some of you, you've been too rigid in your approach, and you need to kind of pull it back, tone it down. It's like have a vision, but also be mutable enough to where your world can flourish, and so you can go into new spaces, new territories with new people, with these new visions and stuff for a lot of you that you have. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I do feel like, you have the key to unlocking your highest potential right now with this Jupiter energy that we are experiencing. Jupiter changing signs is not no small thing, okay? Jupiter spends 12 to 13 months in a sign, and right now it'll be in Gemini, so this is going to expand our horizons. It's going to expand the things that we are interested in. For a lot of us, we might find ourselves learning new things. Talking with new people. Be mindful of gossip. Okay, I do want to say that here. Gossiping about other people with Jupiter in Gemini, it will get back to the people that you were gossiping about. So make sure that whatever you say to other people, you don't mind if it gets back to that other person, because it will. Somehow, some way, with Jupiter in Gemini, it will always expose, it'll expand all of it. And be careful that they're not gossiping and you're not standing around the water cooler while people are. Walk away, say, hey, let's just change the conversation. Let's not have this, or make sure that if you know the truth about somebody that somebody is talking about, to make sure that you are correcting them if you have the information that can actually clear that individual, even if you may not like them. Okay, so keep that in mind and just remember what goes around comes around. So with Jupiter and Gemini, you know, this can be a lot of gossip. Everybody wanting to talk about everybody else. My suggestion is talk about your goals, talk about your wishes, you know, write that book. This is a really good time to be writing a book. Because it'll give you what you need. It'll give you the space and the time and the energy and the resources to be able to sit down and write out what you need and to get your book out there, okay? Your memoirs, whatever this is. Sit down, write a journal, and you know, also about learning, reading, taking classes, courses, all of those things is going to be very beneficial in the next you know, I would say 13 months, really. I mean, of course, but you got to look at the next 14 years, really, because the next 14 years, the universe is like, have you chosen what you're going to do? Because we'll finance it. You know, if you're on your right path, we'll finance it. If you're not, we're not going to. So keep that in mind as well. You guys have gifts. It's time for you to help other people work through their, you know, their gifts, help other people mend their lives. I do feel like you could be helping families mend and blend together. Sorry, the dog went off. That was a confirmation, whatever I was saying at that time. So if there's been any type of chaos or barking at one another, I feel like there can be a mending. But with that, I feel like you could have gifts that could help mend another person's life, you know, into a, you know, where it's another patch. They're sewing on another patch to the next chapter of their life. I kind of like that. I've never used that analogy before. It's never come to me in that way, but I just feel like it's all the patches of your life, you know? So keep that in mind. Maybe for some of you, you pick up sewing. You decide, I want to learn how to sew. You know, you're doing patchwork, you're quilting, you're crocheting, you know, things with your hands, but make sure that you are using your gifts. For some of you, your gifts is healing animals. Okay. And for some of you, animals are going to help you heal. Animals help you work through your fears. And if you're worried about your animals, don't worry about them. Everything will work out okay. It's saying work through your fears. Okay. Your animals will be fine and they will be taken care of. Everything that you need will be provided along this journey for you. All right, you guys. So I'm going to leave that here. I really like these messages. I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. If you guys become members of my channel, I am putting exclusive content out, and you get these messages much quicker than the rest of the collective. So do keep that in mind. If you haven't had a chance, follow me over on Facebook under Peace Unhinged Tarot and The Footsteps to Peace. Also over on Instagram under The Footsteps to Peace as well. And sign up for my newsletter at thefootstepstopeace.com if you want to get on there. I know I'm having a problem with my button, but I send out, you know, pick a card readings every Tuesday, and I do readings on Thursdays too. So do sign up for that under thefootstepstopeace.com. And if for some reason it's still not working to get your information in there, give me a call. My number is on there and I will add you to my list. You guys, I want to thank you for being here again. I love you all so much. And thank you to everyone who has donated to my channel. Every little bit helps, and it really does help me to continue making all this content. Anyway, you guys, love you all so much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.